But there was still 8 minutes to go, and Miami, led by Paul Warfield, had it when they needed it most. After the former Brown took a pass between two defenders and survived a high-low tackle, Warfield got a step on defender Ben Davis and made a great catch of an overthrown pass by Earl Morrall. After an interference call on a pass intended for Warfield at the Cleveland goal line, Jim Kick atoned for an earlier fumble by crashing through the Cleveland defense with a score that put Miami ahead for good.
Thank you. Thank you very much for so kind. You're always so kind to me. Welcome to the Barry Bow Show. I'm working in the Sunshine Room Annex today in beautiful suburban Folkcroft, home of America's Best Crime Writer. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a bottle of champagne. And as you can see, I drink nothing but the best, Andre. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to start consuming same. This is a yearly tradition for me whenever the last undefeated NFL team bites the bullet. Going to this week's NFL games, two teams remained undefeated, the 49ers and the Eagles. But both bit the dust on Sunday. That means the 1972 Dolphins remain as the only undefeated team in NFL history. So what, you may be asking, is my tie to the 72 Dolphins? Okay, here it is. Well, Pat, and to all the millions of viewers out there in Barry Bow Show land, it's like this. I moved to Fort Lauderdale during the summer of 1972. A staunch Eagles fan, but as far as I know, I'm going to live down there forever. The Eagles will always be number one in my heart, number one, but the Dolphins are in the AFC, and little by little, I fall in love with the team and become a fan. My favorite son and favorite daughter grow up wearing Dolphins jerseys. Larry Zahn, Jim Kick, Bob Greasy, Mercury Morris, Paul Warfield, Nick Monicati, Jake Scott, Dick Anderson, Garrett. And times were much different in 1972. Players were much different. They weren't millionaires. They lived in your neighborhoods, not gated compounds. I used to work at the European Health Spa in West Hollywood. NFL teams didn't have much in the way of facilities back then. And these four guys lived in the neighborhood, and they were regular workout buddies. Jim Langer, Bob Kuchenberg, Vern Denherter, and Tim Foley. I'd spot them on the bench, they'd spot me on the bench. I work at a carpet shop in Miramar, and during the off-season, Manny Fernandez works in the window shop right next door. And one off-season, I install carpet in Bob Greasy's real estate office in Key Biscayne. So, you got to know the players a little bit. And here's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The 1972 Dolphins finished the regular season 14-0. They played just 14 games back then. And the first playoff game is set for Saturday afternoon at the Orange Bowl. But I'm at work on Thursday, an announcement comes over the radio. The game's not sold out 72 hours in advance. So the game's going to be blacked out in our viewing area. What the fuck? Now how am I going to see the game? Well, I'm taking pilot's lessons at Safari Aviation at North Perry Airport in Miramar. So I get together with two buddies who are also taking flying lessons, plus my boss who's already got his pilot's license. And we rent a fucking airplane from Safari, a 4-seater Cessna, and we fly across the state to Fort Myers Airport. Ron, that's the pilot, and my boss, he gets on the radio and tells the terminal we're here to watch the Dolphins game. They send a baggage cart out to meet our airplane. We tie the plane down, and then we ride the baggage cart into the terminal. We go inside the airport bar, sit at the bar, and we have some cheeseburgers and fries and a few cold ones. And we watch the Dolphins come from behind to beat the Cleveland Browns 20-14 and move on to the next round of the playoffs. Then we get back on the plane and fly back to Miramar. And Kat, guess how much our once-in-a-lifetime experience costs us? Go on, take your time. Give up? Well, you're not a mind reader. $200. And I don't mean $200 a head. $200 total. $50 a piece for our once-in-a-lifetime experience. Think about that. $50 probably won't fill up your car's gas tank these days. So, it's a tradition for the players and die-hard fans to consume some champagne when the last undefeated team goes down. Now, let's see how difficult it is to open this bottle. These are always a pain in the ass. Ah, here we go. What a pain in the fucking ass, huh? Got my tools, I hope. Oh man, everything in America is difficult to open. I don't understand. Let's see. Nothing to it. Ronnie Lauer, here's to the 1972 Dolphins, and here's to you, and to all Dolphin fans in Florida, across the U.S., and around the world. In case you're wondering, Kat and I will polish off the rest as soon as we go off the air, and then who knows what may happen. But before I sign off, a quick plug for Birth of the Birds. It just hit Amazon. A tale about how the Eagles got started and some interesting twists and turns throughout the years. And by coincidence, there's a segment about what a lousy coaching job Nick Skorich did when he coached the Eagles. 15, 24, and 3 over 3 years. Well, he was the Browns coach on that day that we flew to Fort Myers to watch the Dolphins beat the Browns. How about that for coincidence, huh? So that's it for today. Get your copies of Birth of the Birds before the supply runs out. Available in paperback and Kindle. Thanks for stopping in today. Until next time. See you.